I'm Alex Aranda, and I'm happy to introduce November's featured artist for the RainerShine Art Kits, Gerhard Richter. Gerhard Richter is widely considered the most important contemporary German artist, and at 88 years old, he has had a career that spans more than 6 decades. He's mastered several different styles of painting, from photorealism to abstraction. He's worked within minimalism, pop art. He's really just an incredible artist, and I think I was so fortunate to kind of get to look at his work again, as he's someone that I truly admire. We're gonna look specifically this month at a few of his significant contributions to painting, his color chart paintings, his abstract squeegee paintings, and actually not a painting, but his most recent piece of work, which perhaps might be his last major work, stained glass windows, which were just unveiled in September at the Tholey Abbey in Germany. So to take you through this month's kits, I'll first let you know what materials you'll be receiving, and then I will quickly describe the projects and then go through a demonstration. So in addition to a biography on Gerhard Richter and instructions for the projects, you'll be receiving a set of paints, 4 different colors of acrylic paint that will be used on all the projects, some tools to manipulate those paints, a palette knife, a paintbrush, and then also a squeegee, some tape, a canvas board, so a particle board panel, a piece of acrylic. Mine's been used, but you'll get a brand new, fresh one that will be used initially as a palette, and then I would encourage you to actually use the surface to paint on as a final piece if you want to experiment just painting on plexiglass. It's just a different material. And then a few pieces of plastic. As I mentioned, we'll be looking specifically at Richter's color chart paintings, which were produced from the mid-1960s to the mid-1970s. Originally, they started out kind of just as they sound, which were kind of replications of color charts. These were painted at random. I think one of his friends actually called out a name of a color, and then he would paint that color square randomly on a piece of canvas, but always in a grid formation. This then turned into a much more, I guess, intense project for him, which became more about a mathematical procedure and creating as many colors as he could, just using red, yellow, blue, black, and white. And the final result was 4 permutations of 1,024 colors, which were all laid out in a grid. After kind of creating these colors, they were then randomly put onto the canvas. So we'll be doing something similar to that, not quite as many colors and not on that scale, but for that project, we will be using the canvas board as well as the tape, and then the paints, of course, and the paintbrush. Just a quick tip for this. I would recommend not using a lot of water. If you do rinse your brush between colors, make sure to dry it off with a towel. The tape is really cool in that you put it down, and when you peel it off, you're supposed to get kind of a nice sharp edge. But by introducing water to the paint, if you water it down too much, the paint will tend to bleed under the tape, so you won't kind of get that crisp edge that kind of you're looking to achieve. The second project that we're doing is based on Richter's abstract squeegee paintings. These are usually on a very large scale. I've included some links below this video for you to look at him working in his studio, because it's a very physical activity. There's a lot of pulling the squeegee across the canvas and then scraping off layers of paint, and it's a process that continues for layers and layers. So this again is what you make of it. It could be a very quick painting, you could just do it in one go, or what I would encourage is trying to kind of put a few layers on. So let a layer dry, scrape some paint off, put on another layer. And for these paintings, we'll be doing the particle board and using both the palette knife and the squeegee. And then for the final project, which is based on the Tholey Abbey, these are a series of stained glass windows that used his abstract paintings as reference, and kind of took them and then mirrored them. And they're really beautiful. You know, please look them up. The New York Times just released an article a couple weeks ago about them. But we'll be taking these plastic sheets and putting paint in between the two surfaces, and then scraping on top. So you'll achieve the same kind of mirrored effect of an abstract work. Again, you could do multiple layers. I included 2 pieces of plastic as it is a pretty quick project, but please feel free to use whatever you have around the house. You can do paper or experiment with other materials if you want to keep playing with kind of mirrored painted images. All right, so I'm going to turn the camera around and go ahead and get started on the projects. And I really hope you enjoy working with the paint. You know, really, please do what you would like. This is just really a starting off point, using the artist and the artwork as inspiration. So if you don't feel like painting a grid, don't paint a grid. Experiment with the tape, play with the paint, and I really look forward to seeing what you create. Thanks so much.